Okay folks, today I have a real treat for you. This is a vintage Overdrive Overdrive unit, and these were available in the late 60s and the 70s. They were made in Santa Fe Springs, California, and what this does is it's much like a gear vendor's Overdrive today, where it's a small transmission or transfer case basically that has a 1-to-1 ratio, a neutral, and then an overdrive ratio. And these were, I imagine, originally made for things like motorhomes and trucks, and then they started marketing to muscle cars and race cars, and these units allowed you to run a very low rear end ratio, so numerically high, like 411, 456, or even 488s into the 5s. And what you could do is it would have 1-to-1, so that would allow you to run, like, let's say your 488s. And if you put it into overdrive, it would change your final ratio to somewhere in the 3s, which is much more streetable and would allow you to drive to the racetrack or use the car dual purpose, so as a race car or just a driver car. And these were known for being used by some of the best supercar builders back in the day. They can take a lot of power. They were used by Baldwin Motion. They were used by Shelby, and there is advertising from back in the day that show both of these companies using these and installing them, and as well as cars still existing today. And it's a real cool unit. It's very clean in and out. There's no, doesn't look like it's ever been sandblasted or bead blasted. It's a nice original finish, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Everything's really clean. It spins really smooth. And I'm going to show you how this functions today, and then I'm going to pop it open and show you the internals. So first I'll show you how it functions. What we got here, let's see, what's the best way to do this? Probably like this, actually. Okay, so I've got this wrench on here just to give me some leverage in order to shift it. Generally it has like a longer piece of linkage that hooks up, and then a mechanical linkage hooks up to it, so you have a lot more leverage. Anyway, that's why that's there. And I have these marks here. So this shows when the yoke lines up to the case, and then this one does the same. So you can see they're lined up now. The full in position is 1-to-1. So no matter how many times I spin this unit, you can see it spins nice and smooth and awesome. When this one's lined up, this one's lined up. So I'll see if I can show you back here. So they're both lined up now, and they're both lined up again, and they'll do that infinitely. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, just straight through. And then the center position is neutral, and the furthest out position is overdrive. So I'm going to try to shift into one of the two right now. Okay, so we're in neutral now, so that's the center position, and I'm not sure if I could show you that we're in neutral. Let me see. Kind of making this video on the fly, guys, so let me see if we can show you here. So neutral, if it's actually a neutral, I can hold this one and move this one independently. So that's neutral, just like in a manual transmission. And then we'll make sure these are lined up again, and I'll set you down again, and we'll put it in overdrive here. So all the way out is overdrive. So now when I spin this one and come all the way up to the up position, this one is no longer lined up with the mark, but it's all the way down here. So I'll spin it a couple times. Eventually they'll line back up again once the ratios line up, but one will have spun a lot more than the other. So we're still not lined up. So now we're close anyway. So you can see the ratios are passing each other now. And then if we wanted, just to be redundant here, I'll put it in neutral, and that'll allow me to get them to line up again. So now lined up, and if we go back to 1-to-1, I can. Okay, now we're back in, which is 1-to-1, so same deal. If I spin it, 20 times or whatever, we'll be lined up here and lined up here. Anyway, a super cool and functional upgrade for your muscle car or vintage truck or motorhome or whatever it might be. The cool factor is off the chart. Just having this on the shelf of your garage or shop or man cave or whatever for guys to play with is worth the ticket price. But anyway, even if you don't have plans for it now, it's cool to have around, and something like this is historically holds its value or goes up in value, so you can count on that. And yeah, so now I'm going to open it up here. Hopefully the video doesn't time out on me, but we're going to try. So we have just an impact driver with a 9/16 on it, and there's five bolts here. So let me see if I can do it one-handed without making you dizzy. So we'll pop these guys out. And these are super cool in that they were ahead of their time in that they don't use like a gasket or anything. They just use an O-ring that seals this unit together. And the other cool part is this rear unit can be clocked to the front unit, so you can get it to go in any position you want as far as the mount and the shifter and all of that. So let me set you down here. And do I have all the bolts? I have all the bolts. So we'll just open this puppy up. There we go. And they use automatic transmission fluid. I drained it earlier, but it probably still has a little bit in it. And I brought a flashlight here so we can see better. But you can see nice and shiny. Everything looks really good. I'll take some clear pictures of this as well. But the video kind of speaks 1,000 pictures, so to speak. You can see. Looks really, really nice. No weird stuff. Everything spins really nice. Let me see if this is in a situation where I can spin it. Probably not. It's going to be hard to spin this guy. Maybe I can go like this. There we go. So, you can see how smooth this spins. Just really nice, guys. Really nice. And then this one, same deal. We'll just let it down nice and easy. And we'll show you that we spin really well. No binding or grinding or sloppiness or anything like that. Just a nice tight box, which is just how we like our boxes, nice and tight. So, again, you'll see more in the pictures, but this is a really nice unit. There's no gunk and nastiness all over the place. It's just nice and clean, which is actually one nice thing about running automatic transmission fluid. It keeps things nice and clean. But anyway, if you've been looking for a vintage Overdrive, I can't imagine finding a nicer one than this. I mean, it just really has no breaks or repairs or modifications that I can see, and everything looks great. There's no heat spots, there's no grinding or funkiness, or it hasn't been painted or blasted or anything like that. So don't miss it, guys. It's a beautiful original. Also, I might as well show you you can see the output slides nicely. Sometimes, like the early T10 transmissions and stuff with these coarse splines, have a tendency to like twist the splines, but this one's really nice. It slides in and out well. Anyway, guys, don't miss it. Awesome Overdrive. Thanks.